the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
One of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Stoned Appetit. With your host, as always, it's me, Kip. To my left is CB. How are we today, CB?
We are doing great. I got the first RedRocks show under the belt this past weekend, so just coming off that high.
Man, it's always nice when you can start the week with a positive buzz. You know, it's RedRocks season's here and up. The weather's nice. I have a short week, is whatever my weeks look like these days, but we're going to dive into that. You know, first RedRocks show, but there's a litany of them coming down the pike in the coming weeks, but we have a pretty kick-ass guest and episode for everybody today. Our guest will be CassidyEats. For those that know Cassidy Ceresa, she's a friend of the program. She's joined us back in the COVID days, I believe. But she'll be coming on to talk to us about healthy living, wellness, and life, living in Denver, navigating the independent proprietor zones, things of that nature. She's a gem. Her personality's infectious, and she's just a bubbly human. I love her.
Yeah, she makes you smile, and she knows a little bit about marijuana.
Hell yeah, she does. She knows she can navigate her way through the land out here. So we'll talk to her about everything from cannabis to whatever foods are trending on TikTok and everything in between. But before we get into that, we have let's do our due diligence. Let's put people on some dank-ass new food, maybe in the Denver area, places we've eaten that they need to give a whirl to, things that we're smoking on that everybody else needs to be trying out. But before we get into that, let's give a quick shout-out to our sponsors. We got some really cool fucking things coming down the pike. As y'all keep listening to this podcast, by the next month or so, y'all gonna be like, oh shit, these guys really are making pro moves. And that's all thanks to our friends over at Seed and Smith. We have some secret projects underway, and we're really fired up about it. But every day in the public eye, they're doing great things in the scene. They have wonderful flour. Everybody knows that we fucking love our dart pens, but they don't stop there. You know, they have wonderful concentrates, flour, pre-rolls, 510 thread pen cartridges as well. And they have two dispensaries, one up in Louisville, 1413 Hecla Way, and then they have one out kind of in the Montbello Commerce City, whatever the fuck that is called, on Oakland Street, that also allows tours, so you can see the nitty-gritty behind the scenes. Shout out to the moms, the mothers, and the plants. You can do all of that at their flagship location and at their grow. So,
the Apple Store?
Yeah, the Apple Store or the tour shop. So either way, Seed and Smith, it's a lifestyle, it's an experience, and it's a fantastic product. We love working with them. If you're looking to find out if you can find a product closer to you or where you may live or work, so you don't have to go out to one of those two locations, go to www.seedandsmith.com, and you can find a litany of locations where you can find their products. If you're looking for the dart pen specifically, if you're looking for their concentrates or their flour, you know, I love that Pinot Nova. They have all of that listed on their website, and you can also reach out to them on social media at Seed and Smith. I think that's just straight up Seed and Smith. So we love them. Go check them out. That's seedandsmith.com. Seed and Smith Cannabis. And our other sponsors, y'all know we love Callie's Cannabis. They are our preferred location because they're smack dab in Rhino. They're good peoples that are doing great things in the community. They have a killer rewards program. As we've said before, if every dollar you spend, you bank $1. Every time you want to you can cash those puppies in, get $5 off, $10 off. Hell, you can get it all the way up to $1 zillion off. Don't hold me to that. I don't actually know that. But besides that, Charles always has vendors of the month, featured pairings or partners that they have every month, so you can get killer deals no matter what your vibe may be. If it's edibles, if it's drinkables, if it's concentrates, flowers, or anything's in betweens, they've got them at all three of their locations. North Glen, obviously for our northern burbs, the location at 31st and Larimer Street, which is the Rhino shop, and the quoted best new dispensary in Denver, according to Westward Magazine. And then their Grow location, that is also a dispensary at 8th and Kenosha Court. You can go to Callie'sCannabis.com to see. I think you may even be able to order online there, too. Don't hold me to that, but I do know it's a fairly interactive website, and they'll at least give you the rundown of what's on the shelves as well as what's the closest location to you. And if you have any questions, they're usually pretty prompt about answering those directly on social media. Instagram, go to @shop, SHOPPE, Callie's. So, whew, we nailed that, Chris.
Yeah, great. Well done.
And we got a new sponsor that we're going to talk about before we get to the guest of the day, but we'll dive into that later. We don't want to bore people.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, so Chris, give us a rundown. How was the Red Rock show? Who did you see? And what row were you on?
So Red Rock show, as always, they're just spectacular. They make you love living here, and you kind of like feel sorry for people that don't live here and can't go, but fuck them. Anyways, we went and saw Lake Street Dive.
Fucking tourists. So Lake Street Drive, how was it?
Oh, it was
Dive.
It was fucking great, and they did like a little section where they did a lot of covers. So they did like the Beatles, like "Don't Let Me Down." They did a Shania Twain, "You're Still the One."
You're still the one.
Yeah.
Like
Ripped
it.
it. But yeah, no, it was just fun being back out there. Like that first show, you're just permagrin.
Is that Shania Twain not cover that song?
Did she? I don't know. That's the only one I remember singing that. But I'm sure it probably was a cover.
I don't think "You're Still the One" is like a song from the 70s. I thought maybe I'm wrong.
We'll get Zane to look that up.
Yeah, Zane, give us one.
But I mean, like, yeah, it was fantastic. But the best thing about it too was, you know, being a Sunday show, we were like kind of leisurely about it. We went out to the Golden Mill, and that was my actual first time going out there, which is sad, but I will return.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're on the east side of town. I think most of our listeners know now that I'm on the west side of the city since we moved out of downtown's apartment. And so we actually frequent it fairly often. Chef Jesus over there, I mean, he's got sushi. He's got Wade and Terry doing rolling smoke. They got the Republic of whatever chicken spot. It's like the Korean chicken stuff. They have killer french fries. The tacos are just meh, but everything else is fucking great. And it's got a killer back patio that is dog friendly. And if you fucking hate kids and dogs, you know, you can hang out on the upstairs patio. They have the beer wall, the wine wall, the sake wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great spot, not only for, I think we've said it either on this podcast or on social media, but like once we used to be new terrainers, you know, pre-gaming if we weren't lower south lot.
Right.
If you're not pre-gaming on location, then New Terrain was our spot. I feel like Golden Mills, it's a hop skip away from Red Rocks. It's a great place to hit.
Dude, yeah, we grabbed a couple beverages and sat up top, like overlooking the little stream or whatever goes through there, and then we got our food to go, took it up to the lot and just ate it in the lot. Had a couple more beers at the lot and then headed in. It was fucking perfect.
You double dipped. I don't hate it. Well, that's a great spot. I did something pretty cool yesterday too. Speaking of enjoying the weather and finding a vibe.
Oh, the weather's great.
Yeah, springtime. Like I know we get those days of 50, and I don't even get mad about that because sometimes you need those days to kind of decompress, eat lean, and not be forced to be like, oh, there's a patio to be drinking on.
I think those days are over now.
Yeah, it's prime drinking season, and my liver is in perfect shape. But I hit up Bruto. So Bruto, everybody knows it. You know, they've kind of had some change and turnover in terms of like what they were, finding their ethos of a restaurant. And so with Chef Michael DeLeon, I think he's been a guest on the pod, but I don't know if that's his last name or his Instagram last name. But Michael has kind of figured it out. You know, he's found what works, and they've got killer snacks that play to Kelly's grains in the mills. They're making, you know, using that masa or using that grain to make the piata bread, and then they're making their own tortillas in-house as well. So they're really playing to their strengths of using what's in-house. They've locally sourced a lot of their produce, and then he's doing some really cool fucking things in the Mexican refined dining aspect. And so he has been doing this omakase chef's table, like where you can watch them cook in front of you dinner series. Well, Now they're doing it for fucking lunch, Chris.
Nice.
Not just omakase. On the weekends, they're doing a la carte and everything like that. They're going to have a sprinkle of Kelly's original concept with the raw bar of oysters. So you can go in there, grab a half a dozen, grab a torta or some tacos, grab a little chicken or, some crudité, whatever you want to go. You can pick what, if you want to go casual or fine dining or refined dining in a fun environment. So it's a really dialed in experience, and everything was wonderful.
What's the kind of like price point on some tacos and things like that?
So the tacos will probably be up there in cost, juxtaposed to like our South Federals, but like the tortas are like $12.
Okay,
$15.
but I mean they're quality ingredients.
Oh, yeah.
You're going in there, you're
and
getting a
then
good
the
experience.
omakase is a 4 or 5 course tasting meal dish that they created for the day, and it rotates whatever, and that's $55. So if you're working downtown and looking for a lunch, you got clients, this is where you go, because they can make it as fun for you, or they can make it as casual. You eat while you work, like whatever you want. There was a mixed bag of young people, old people, kind of varietals in the demos. So it was a cool scene. I'd say the price point's a little bit on the higher end for people looking for a lunch cost. It's the same people that would go to Tavernetta for lunch. They need to have Bruto in their rotation as well.
Right, and every now and then
it's a splurge
nice
date.
lunch is great.
Exactly, and they go from like 11 to fucking 4, and then he still does the kick-ass dinner omakase, which is a totally different menu.
Right.
So it's Michael's creativity using a lot of Kelly's local resources, and this brainchild, 3 years in the making, has really found its home. Like they found their foothold, and they're fucking killing it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm really fired
Good to
up
hear.
about it. I mean, it was the Monday Morning Post, which usually gets a lot of buzz on our page, so they deserved it. And then a post they probably didn't see that was this morning. Or if you did see it this morning, but it's on social, I had another smash burger, and I'm not cheating on Twan's burger because I love Antoine and I love what he's doing over there.
You got to try different stuff.
Yeah, you've got to try them all. And there's a social media account that wants to create like a food wars kind of thing where you bring people of competing foods together. And so we're going to probably try to figure out how we can get in on that, because Snipe Burger, that's coming out of the King of Wings pop-up series that they're doing out there in Wheat Ridge, again, my side of town, Chris. They elevated the smash. So you can go double patty or triple patty if you're feeling froggy. They've got grilled onion in addition to the shreddus and the sauce. And then you can also add fresh bacon. They've got bacon. So you can make it more of that
Bacon smash burger.
Yeah, a bacon, but it's got oomph to it because it's now stacked as high as you want. It's not like let me order 2. It's let's order 1 and hammer this puppy the right way. Heavens, Chris. Heavens. And the bun is good too. So I think Snipe and a Twan's and a blind tasting would be a fun. We may have to see if we can get them both on the pod and we do a video series where we do a little blinding.
Be blindfolded and just eat.
I mean, how many times have we put a mask on you and put meat in your mouth? On this podcast, like 12. So, I mean, this wouldn't be anything out of the norm.
No.
But, yeah, it's a great burger. Definitely worth checking out. The crew over at King of Wings, they're giving these people a platform. Folks that have been doing pop-ups and I just can't get enough of it.
Yeah, that's
it's how
awesome.
we keep getting introduced to stuff. Obviously, AJ Schaeffler and the Little Arthur's Hoagies, everybody knows about those fucking things. Those keep delivering. They're fucking aces. But I had the Snipe Burger for the first time, and that was an attaboy.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, and I just wanted to say real quick, on my trip to the Golden Mill, I'm just really going to put a word in there for those wings. The wings I had, I mean, like, we got some wings, some fries, and then some collard greens from Rolling Smoke, because you got to have collards when you can.
Dude, Rolling Smoke does so many things so well. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like the Golden Mill kind of reminds me now of like what a strip mall used to be. Like you get a little bit of everything all right there. You got the liquor wall, you can get your fried chicken, you can get your tacos, you can get your sushi. Now you're saying the chicken's the 1A?
I'm saying like those wings that we got from there, we were both really impressed. And like, yeah, I would order those wings.
Was it breaded on the outside, or were they?
They were those Korean type wings, so they were soft. Kind of, they were a little bit softer on the crunchiness. Like it wasn't like like traditional fried buffalo wings, or just
like
kind
a big dredge.
Right? Yeah, it was kind of puffy. But they were fucking super good. And then we got collard greens from Rolling Smoke, which their sides are fucking killer.
Did you not get the smoked mac and cheese?
No, because we went with French fries.
That's fair.
So yeah, you were going to a RedRocks show. Like,
you don't want to